Okay,
Good
start
day.
na po.
Okay na, sige. Good day, everyone. We are the Group 1. Before we start, let me introduce you our leader, Ms. Diane Abejo, together with our members, Roel Balen, Maribeth Carbonay, Dolbens Dalida, Cristina Clarinal, Riancel Encinas, June Pantonial, Maria Teresa Lauron, and Pia Vidal. Our topic is about plastic pollution and sustainable workplace practices. To give you a brief introduction, here is Ms. Abejo.
Thank you, Sister Christine. And for the introduction of our topic, plastic pollution has evolved into a global emergency, infiltrating our oceans, air, and even the human bloodstream. Despite producing 430 million metric tons annually, we recycle less than 10%, creating a take-make-dispose cycle that fuels climate change and threatens biodiversity. This crisis is no longer just an environmental concern. It is a public health risk, as microplastic and toxic chemicals like BPA contribute to severe medical conditions. Because workplaces are major sources of single use waste, they serve as a critical frontline for change. By transitioning to reusable materials, enforcing strict waste segregation, and greening their supply chains, businesses can drastically reduce their ecological footprint. These sustainable practices offer a dual benefit. First, they protect the planet while enhancing a company's reputation. Second, attracting eco-conscious talent and lowering long-term operational cost. Ultimately, solving the plastic problem requires more than individual effort. It demands a systemic shift. When companies prioritize sustainability, they transform from contributors of waste into leaders of a cleaner, more resilient future. And for the science and technology aspect, plastic pollution is one of the major environmental challenges affecting ecosystem, human health, and sustainable development. Science and technology play important roles in understanding the causes of plastic pollution, developing solutions, and promoting sustainable workplace practices. Through scientific research and technological innovation, organizations and individuals can reduce plastic waste and support environmental sustainability. And for the next slide, I would like to call on Miss Christine.
For scientific concepts behind plastic pollution, plastic is a synthetic materials primarily made from polymers derived from fossil fuels such as petroleum. Most plastics are non-biodegradable, meaning they do not decompose naturally for hundreds of years. Instead, plastic breaks into smaller particles called microplastics, which can contaminate soil, water, air, and food sources. Plastic waste, microplastic, environmental, and health impacts. Scientific studies show that improper plastic disposal contributes to pollution in oceans, rivers, and landfills. Marine animals may ingest plastic waste, causing injury or death, while microplastics can enter the human food chain through contaminated water and seafood. In addition, the production of burning plastics release greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change. Environmental science also explains the concept of sustainability, which involves the meeting present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainable workplace practices aim to reduce environmental harm by conserving resources, minimizing waste, and encouraging eco friendly behavior. There are relevant technologies involved. Several technologies help address plastic pollution and support sustainable workplace practices. Recycling technology. An advanced recycling systems process use plastics into reusable materials, reducing waste in landfills and oceans. Biodegradable and compostable materials. Scientists and manufacturers develop alternative materials that decompose more quickly and safely than traditional plastics. Waste management systems. Smart waste segregation, collection, and treatment technologies improve proper disposal and recycling efficiency. Digital technology. Paperless communication, cloud storage, and digital documentation reduce the need for plastic and paper products in workplaces. Energy efficient LED lighting, automated systems, and energy saving equipment help organizations reduce environmental impact. Environmental monitoring technology. Sensors, satellite imaging, and data analytics are used to track pollution levels and support environmental decision making. And connection to science, technology, and society principles. The issue of plastic pollution is closely connected to the principles of science, technology, and society, which examine how science and technology interact with society and influence human behavior, culture, ethics, and the environment. One STS principles is that technology can both solve and create societal problems. Plastic products were originally developed for convenience, affordability, and industrial use, but excessive consumption and improper disposal have led to severe environmental consequences. This demonstrates how technological advancements must be balanced with ethical responsibility and sustainability. Another STS principle emphasized the social responsibility of organizations and individuals in using technology responsibly. Sustainable workplace practices such as reducing single use plastics, encouraging recycling, and adopting eco friendly technologies reflect the application of scientific knowledge for societal benefit. STS also highlights the importance of collaborations among governments, businesses, scientists, and communities in solving environmental problems. Policies on waste management, environmental education, green technology innovation, and corporate sustainability programs all demonstrate how science and technology can be guided by social values and environmental ethics. Ultimately, science and technology provide both understanding and tools needed to reduce plastic pollution and create more sustainable workplace. Responsible innovation and environmental awareness and collective action are essential for protecting the environment and promoting sustainable development. For the next reporter, may I call on Miss June Pantonial?
Societal and organizational impact. Plastic pollution significantly affects people, communities, workplace, organizations, the economy, and the society. The increasing use of single use plastics and improper waste disposal contributes to environment degradation, health risks, and economic challenges. Sustainable workplace practices help reduce these negative effects by encouraging responsible environmental behavior and promoting long term sustainability. This is the effects of plastic pollution on people and communities. Plastic pollution directly affects human health and community well being. Improperly disposed plastics clog the drainage system and waterways, increasing the risk of flooding, especially in urban communities. And many coastal and riverside areas, plastic waste contaminates water sources and harms marine ecosystems that communities depend on for food and livelihood. Microplastics have also become a growing health concern because they can enter the human body through food, drinking water, and air. Scientific studies suggest that long term exposure to microplastics may negatively affect human health and ecosystems. Communities with poor waste management systems often experience environmental pollution, unpleasant living conditions, and increased public health risks. Sustainable practices such as recycling, waste segregation, reducing plastic use, and environmental education can help communities maintain cleaner and healthier surroundings. For the next slide, I will call Miss Dalida.
Thank you, Cassie. Effects on workplaces and organizations. Plastic pollution directly affects human health and community well-being. Improperly disposed plastics clog drainage systems and waterways, increasing the risk of flooding, especially in urban communities. In many coastal and riverside areas, plastic waste contaminates water sources and harms marine ecosystems that communities depend on for food and livelihood. Microplastics have also become a growing health concern because they can enter the human body through food, drinking water, and air. Scientific studies suggest that long-term exposure to microplastics may negatively affect human health and ecosystems. Communities with poor waste management systems often experience environmental pollution, unpleasant living conditions, and increased public health risks. Sustainable practices such as recycling, waste segregation, reducing plastic use, and environmental education can help communities maintain cleaner and healthier surroundings. Effects on the economy and society. Plastic pollution creates economic burdens due to cleanup costs, environmental damage, and impacts on industries such as tourism, fishing, and agriculture. Coastal tourism areas affected by plastic waste may experience reduced tourist activity and loss of income. At social at the societal level, plastic pollution contributes to climate change because plastic production and disposal generate greenhouse gas emissions. Governments and organizations invest significant resources in waste management and environmental protection programs to address these issues. Sustainable workplace practices support a circular economy where materials are used, recycled, and managed responsibly. This approach helps conserve resources, reduce pollution, and create opportunities to create jobs. For the next slide, let me call on Ms. Pia Vidal.
Thank you, Ms. Dolbens. Real world and local examples. So let us look at the plastic pollution in the Philippines. It is a major problem because of high plastic use and poor waste disposal, which causes severe flooding in places like Manila. To fix this, many local companies, schools, and government offices are adopting sustainable habits. They are stopping the use of single use plastics by encouraging reusable tumblers and bags, while also starting recycling programs. Local groups and the government also lead regular cleanup activities. Together, we can reduce plastic pollution through environmental awareness and collective action. So, moving on to the solution, please, next slide. We need to take actions to create a plastic free workplace. Managing plastic waste is a shared responsibility for both organizations and employees. Instead of using disposable items, we need to switch to use reuse models. There are two main ways to do this. First is the refill system, where employees bring their own containers and refill them at office dispensers. Second is the return system, where the office provides reusable packaging, collects it after use, washes it, and uses it again. These steps will help us build a cleaner and a sustainable workplace. Thank you, and next presenter will be Ms. Maribeth.
Thank you, Pia. Why these solutions work? First, superior to traditional recycling, reuse is at the top of the waste hierarchy because it designs out waste at the source. While bans on recycling are helpful, reuse has the highest potential to reduce plastic volume, estimated to cut short-lived plastic consumption by 30% by 2040. The second is the climate and environmental impact. Implementing these schemes is the most effective way to lower greenhouse gas emissions, potentially reducing life cycle emissions by 60% to 80% compared to single-use plastics. Third is the economic efficiency. Beyond the environment, these models offer significant cost savings. For instance, using concentrated refills can reduce transport costs by up to 80% by eliminating the need to ship water. The fourth is the job creation. Transitioning to a reused economy isn't just green, it's an economic driver. It creates new roles in specialized logistics, professional cleaning services, and digital tracking systems. As you can see, the chart showing four main ways reuse models works, which is the refill at home, return from home, refill on the go, and return on the go. Example, for a local company that has proposed and implemented solutions for a plastic-free workplace and business model, a standout example is the Nestle Philippines. While they are a large manufacturer, they have specifically integrated the Ellen MacArthur Foundation's circular principles into their corporate operations and are leading a major workplace initiative in the Philippines. Nestle Philippines leading the waste-free future. Nestle Philippines has transformed its corporate offices and supply chain to align with the Extended Producer Responsibility or the EPR Act. Their proposed solution focus on shifting entire organization's culture away from single-use plastics. The specific workplace solutions: first, plastic neutral offices. They have implemented a zero waste to landfill policy in the Philippine headquarters. This includes removing all single-use plastic water bottles and replacing them with centralized filtration systems and reusable glass to stainless steel containers for employees. Second, the Rethink campaign. This is an internal and external program that educates employees on how to apply circular economy principles at their desks. It focuses on the upstream innovation you research, eliminating waste before it even enters the office. The last is the paper-based transition. For their internal pantry and office supplies, they have swapped plastic laminated packaging for high-grade, recyclable paper-based materials, which is one of the key reorient strategies from UNEP. May I call on the next presenter, Ms. Maria Teresa Lauron, please?